Now, many young South Africans are first-generation university graduates. They often come from low-income families, and the idea of taking their education even further is almost certain not to happen. But now, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to change generational legacies conceived by two Harvard University academics is giving students full access to Harvard and a global network of Harvard alumni. Not only that, but the program also offers seed funding for impact projects, as well as fully funded access to Harvard Business School certified courses. Joining us to elaborate on the program is Pan-African Business Women's Association Executive Director Yavi Madurai. Very good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for joining us. What an exciting program. And the timing is perfect, looking at the situation not only in South Africa, but in the world. Tell us more about this.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, Harvard Business School professors, Tarun Khanna and Karim Lakhani, decided that they wanted to be able to do more in terms of being able to give to those who won't necessarily have the opportunity of having an Ivy League or Harvard education. So they started what they originally called the Crossroads Emerging Leaders Program, and it ran for a couple of years, and now they've kind of created an independent body called the Aspire Institute, which has the CELP, or the Crossroads Emerging Leaders Program. And what it does is that, and you've given the details around, you know, what the criteria is, but what it does is it doesn't replace your university degree in any way or, you know, anything like that. It basically gives you a leadership program over and above your degree, so over and above your college or university education, but it gives you that kind of almost like an EQ development, but it gives you access to all of those lovely Harvard courses that we would pay a couple of hundreds or thousands of dollars for. You get full access from phase one. So let's say you don't make it right through to the end. Yeah. Even from the first, you know, elimination round, you get access to it. So you've got something. If nothing, you've got something. And then you come out and you're a Harvard alum because you've got an access to that network. You are part of a global network, because this is obviously for global students. It's not just for South Africa or Africans. But we are driving it from a Pabwa perspective. We've got a partnership with Aspire Institute that I pushed for. I wanted our African students to have access like this. Like, yeah. Why not? So this is now our partnership with the Aspire Institute, and going forward and taking it in that way, taking it forward in that way.
It sounds really exciting. It really does sound like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I mean, you speak about the prerequisite being people who have degrees already. Are there certain sectors or industries that you're looking at?
No, not at all. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the industry. It doesn't matter the sector. It doesn't matter. And it's not necessarily that you've got to have your degree already. You can still be in university and apply, because the criteria is 18 to 26. So you could be in first year university. So it's and just recent graduates, so up to recent graduates. I mean, 26 years old. So that period of your life, you know, there's so much going on in terms of what your future is. To be able to have this added to it, like I've said it to them many times. I'm like, I'm so jealous that I didn't get a chance to. Yeah. Or, you know, because what an amazing opportunity to be able to have that added to your, and also from the perspective of just in terms of the grant seed funding and all of those kind of things. It just takes it to that next level where you have such an opportunity to come back to your community and be able, I mean, there's water projects and all kinds of projects that previous students and previous alumni have now done in their communities and looked for solutions that have been funded by the seed funding or grants that have been given.
So have the applications opened already? How do young people become a part of this exciting project?
Absolutely. So it's opened already, and it's got a few days left to go. It closes on the 15th of March, but the application takes 15 minutes. It's very simple, easy to navigate. There obviously are elimination rounds after the application process, but the application process takes 15 minutes. If you can't find 15 minutes for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, you know, it's just, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Interesting aspect. You make mention of how this could benefit communities, which really would be quite important, getting recognition on such a caliber to come back home and make a difference. You mentioned water. What are the other options that are available that you see could be beneficial to communities once graduation?
Well, it depends on, that particular student. So if they look at their particular community or where they come from, I just know that from the list of projects in previous years, water, because it's developing world, if you look at who the people are, it's mainly developing world, and water is one of the biggest issues in the developing world. Yeah. But it's infrastructure, it's farming, especially from an agri perspective. So there's all these different kind of projects that students have got into. The winner last year's 2021 cohort is an African student, and hers was about being able to create self-sustainability for that community. So whether it was farming, water, electricity, solar energy, all of that kind of thing, she put it together from a project in terms of what her community needed. So it just depends on, and remember, when you go through that process, that elimination process, these are the things that people must say. I come from a community, I would like to be able to solve this problem, so that it takes it to the next level. And that's what they're looking for. They're looking for the world's future leaders.
And that is excellent, because you're telling your own story could move mountains, literally, really make a tremendous impact on where you come from.
No, absolutely. So you're not just getting, your own access and taking your career or your education to another level, but you have the ability to come back and make a difference, small, big, whichever you determine that to be. It's amazing. It's such an amazing thing. So yes, this is why I fought. I fought for it, purely because why not? Our kids also need to have access to things like this. It's important. It's important.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for talking us through that exciting project. Of course, looking at young people 18 to 26 who stand a chance to benefit from a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.